listening to Not So Live from Asteroid G, jumping on a jump pad and going wahoo. I'm your host, Mike Winkelstein.
Your buddy Mike the Ghoul, hoping this fun doesn't fall off the cliff and go wah all the way down.
So we are discussing the Super Mario Galaxy trailer, which, okay, we're not even going to get into the movie for a second here. I just have to comment on the fact that for some reason, we are skipping a lot of material from the various games to get into this one. I don't quite understand what Illumination is doing with the materials they're picking for their films.
I think they are doing the best they can to still capture on the young crowd, I guess. I don't know. There's a lot of source material, to your point, that they're skipping, and I'm a little nervous about that. I mean, Galaxy's a fine game, but there's other choices you could have gone before that route, so we'll see.
Yeah, because looking at this trailer, I saw elements of Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Brothers 2, and Yoshi's Island with a baby Mario in there all at the same time. And then, any one of those would have been a good enough setting, even with cameos, on their own. And you're mashing all of them together in a really weird way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got a lot of Mario 2 in there, like you were saying, so that's Mario on acid as it is. So that's
But
what do you think this movie's gonna be?
Princess's Castle getting warped to DreamCon, NumCon, whatever it was called.
Something like that.
Mario 2, and then having an entire adventure battling against Wart could have been its own movie. And it looks like it's maybe one 15-minute sequence at that, kind of like how we had Donkey Kong weirdly shoehorned into the first movie.
Yeah. So it feels like that. Like it's subplot within plot just for plot's sake, instead of just giving me more of that story, which could be interesting on its own. But I mean, with the short attention spans, I mean, I guess I get it. And I think I want to shout you out here. That's a really good point. It's nice to see Wart and his crew are acknowledging any Mario media. I mean, I at least will give it that too. That's a really good point.
We haven't seen them show up since the Super Mario Brothers cartoon in the 1980s, I think?
Yeah. The Captain Lou Albana and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, Birdo shows up in the Mario Kart games and the Mario RPGs and so forth, but that's pretty much all we get. Them, the Ninjas, a couple other characters, but Wart himself hasn't been witnessed since that game, and it's kind of it's nice to see him. I don't know what he's doing in a Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Again, to your point, we're jumping strange time loops here. Whatever we're doing, we're taking some liberties of plot points in the Mario cinematic cohesive universe that may or may not exist.
But doesn't exist.
I mean, in my head canon, this is weird.
Very weird. I get it, and I get what you're saying. They're trying to mash together the timeline of everything so that the little kids who have just seen bits and pieces of Mario see, this is cool! Which, sure, but it doesn't lead me to think that this movie is going to be any different than the first one, which, okay, in fairness, that one made over $1.5 billion, but
it was a good movie. It was fun.
It was basically just a string of sequences without any real story.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the fact that the brotherly thing, I think, is what really tried to come through in that movie with Mario and Luigi and how much they care about each other. That's kind of something that is only sort of touched on throughout some of the games. You get that a lot more in other Mario media, the relationship between them two. So I felt good about that in this movie. But to your point, this trailer seems just like it's flashy and let's throw some nostalgia in there for the adults taking their kids.
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
Pretty much it. It's just Flash for the sake of Flash. It's weird. It's very strange in that way that reminds me of pretty much every Illumination movie, which is, let's just do gags, let's not worry so much about story. I mean, it's the Minions people,
Despicable Me is a very good movie, and the Minions in it add a comedic element. It felt like Illumination has taken the comedic elements from a good movie and then turned that part into the franchise. Even some of the other Despicable Me's were weak in comparison to the first one, and then the kids love the Minions, so they do that to sell toys. I'm afraid they're kind of going that route here. I don't know, maybe I was a little too impressed with the first one and how I felt about it, and maybe there was actual story there. We don't quite know from one trailer what the story is going to be yet, but I have reservations about how they're handling this. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah, when it's sold entirely on substance and look at this thing you recognize from the games and not really on story beyond Bowser's back. Okay.
Yeah.
Like that
Sure.
doesn't instill with me any thought of like real cohesion. And I'm sure it's going to
Mhm.
make $2 billion because it's already projected for its opening weekend to make 350, and every kid wants to see it. Sure, you're selling tickets, Nintendo is happy, whatever. That doesn't
Mhm.
necessarily equate to it being a good movie. Success is not a barometer of that. They're two different
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
We've been over that several times
Yep.
and some of the things we've spoken about. Like that does not always mean the one does not always shake the other's hand. And
Nope.
we'll see how this one goes. Like it's gonna make money. I don't want it to not be a success. I want it
Yeah.
to be good, but I don't know. Like I don't feel as fuzzy inside about this one as I did the first one. And I don't know. I don't know. That's just where I'm at with it.
Well, I think that's because you saw the trailers for the first one, and they gave you
Mm,
hope that the first one was going to be interesting, and it was
mhm.
shallow but at least pretty. And if the second
Yeah.
one now has a trailer that looks shallow but pretty, it's hard to
Yeah.
feel the same kind of awe for it.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know. We'll see. Trailer's trailer, and it does not always give away, everything in the movie, but I mean, we'll see. We'll
Well,
see.
let's compare this to what you just saw, Mortal Kombat 2's trailer recently. That
Sure.
one it has barely any story to it too, aside from Johnny Cage as an aging star who is
Yeah.
thrown into Mortal Kombat, and then people have to fight. It's all flash over substance from the looks of it,
Hmm.
and yet somehow I'm
Hmm.
more excited for that movie, despite not really
Hmm.
caring about the Mortal Kombat franchise, than I am for a
Hmm.
Mario movie. Being a Mario fan.
Yeah, I mean, the way I think Mortal Kombat, to your point in that trailer, they just tapped into like, what made these games good. The
Mm-hmm.
characters, the over the top, the music, that's what made these games good. And I think they're just leaning into that violence and
Mm-hmm.
that is good. Violence sells. Mario, they're leaning into the sparkle and the cheese and like it's gonna sell for the little kids, but like this I didn't expect the franchise to be like for us, like adults that grew up
Mm-hmm.
playing Mario. Like I didn't expect that, but I also didn't think this would just be for the fucking Gen Alphas or whatever they are,
Gen Beta,
Skibbity D
yeah,
six
yeah.
seven, like whatever the fuck this is. So like I don't know. I don't know.
Wow, it's the old man podcast today, apparently.
I mean they don't even know what 6-7 is. If they throw that reference in Mario, like I'm done, dude. I'm walking out the door.
Oh my god, you're right. That could be. Oh my god.
Uh-huh. How many coins you got? 6-7? Like, oh Jesus. Like, we'll see. We'll
That
see.
and on that horrible note, this has been Not So Live from Asteroid G, desperately hoping we have more than 8 coins. I'm your host, Mike Finkelstein.
Your buddy Mike the Ghoul here, gonna go and find the first pipe to jump down at the. I'm gonna have supper through this movie.
We will see you all next time.